special guest, and his name is David. And David is not a realtor, but a lender. So today we're going to talk about all those lending questions you have that a realtor doesn't really have the answer for. How you doing, David?
Good. Thank you for the invite.
No, thanks for coming out and sharing a little of your knowledge with us.
That's what I do, man. Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. I always say you got to give what you want first. So if you want knowledge, you got to give it.
Absolutely. Put good in the world and good comes back.
That's right. So today's topic, we're going to talk about Credit Karma.
Oh, I love
We
them.
see the commercials, we know about it, I have it, and I had asked David over lunch a simple question about it, and he gave me an insight which I thought was rather interesting, which I think you guys will appreciate because it's a lot to do with, it's a good way to monitor where we're at. So why don't we start with what's Credit Karma, and it's free, and how does all that work?
So in today's technology, you have all these tons of apps out there. And one of them that I recommend for my clients and for a lot of people out there, whether you're buying a house or not, is actually Credit Karma. It's a free app. You can actually go on Apple Store or your Google Store and you download it. You do need to sign up. There's some information that they're going to want to put in, including your Social Security. But don't worry about it. They do a lot of things in behind the scenes to protect your identity and your information. But it's a free app. It's a great tool. Essentially what it is, allow you to have access to your full credit report. Again, it's free. It's actually up to the minute. So it actually gives you a pretty good, accurate snapshot of what your credit report is really like. There is no hit to your credit score, so you don't get a ding. It's not an actual hard inquiry, but it's definitely an incredible tool for Credit Karma. You really have to download the app to kind of really see what it does. But once you do, trust me, you will love it.
So real quick, Credit Karma is a way to monitor your credit.
Correct.
But there's a few differences.
Yes.
One is you only see one score, correct?
No, you actually see two. So the thing is, with Credit Karma, they use a different scoring model. And when I say score model, it's a different system that they use compared to like a major lender. They pull credit from two bureaus. There's actually three. There's Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Credit Karma only pulls credit from your TransUnion and your Equifax. Most of the other lenders, like credit card companies, they tend to pull from your Experian. So they actually give you two scores.
Okay, good. Okay, so two, not one.
No.
And then the other thing about Credit Karma that is interesting, you said up to date. But that doesn't mean that if I made a credit card payment today, it's going to reflect tomorrow. Because you were telling me all these companies report at different times, right?
That is correct. So the thing is that with everybody, whether it's from American Express to your credit card company, they do report it to your credit bureau. They do it usually once a month. The trick is knowing when they report it. Everybody reports it different. Some people report it early in the month, some people report it in the middle of the month, some people report it at the end of the month. The key is you just got to be, don't be late on your payments. That's the big thing. But yeah, so in terms of when they report it, we really don't know. You pretty much would have to call your credit card company and say, hey, when do you report, my credit score? They usually will tell you.
And why Credit Karma is important is because if I'm looking to buy a home and I'm trying to build up my credit, it's a good way to monitor what I have to do to get it to the desired score. If my lender said, hey, you need a 620, a 680, whatever it is, right? But one thing, there is a caveat to this.
Yeah.
Don't freak out on this because I have Credit Karma and my credit fluctuates every day based on if my credit card is close to its limit, because I pay it off every month,
Right.
I'll get an email that says your credit score has changed.
Yes.
And it went down.
Correct.
But then my credit card is on auto pay. I automatically pay a full amount. A few days after that, it goes right back up. So it's a roller coaster every set of real time. So don't freak out about it. But the good news is it does give you an indication of, wow, if I keep my credit card under 50% and I pay on time, I know that I can get such a FICO score. So it's a great tool to monitor.
Yes.
But if I want to buy a house, you don't use Credit Karma.
We do not. So as I mentioned earlier, Credit Karma is a tool. It's a good tool in terms of monitoring your credit, building your credit, establishing credit. But in terms of what us lenders use, we use a different scoring system. And when I say scoring system is essentially the math. We do things a little bit different. Credit Karma, again, only uses TransUnion and Equifax. Most of the other lenders, we actually take account for all three bureaus. We use TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. We generally take the middle score. You're gonna have scores that are gonna be high, you're gonna have scores that are gonna be low. We as lenders, we use the middle. Now, Paco had actually said earlier, it's not the same model that we use. That is absolutely correct. The reason why is Credit Karma was developed for marketing. The sole purpose was marketing. So as you sign up for Credit Karma, you're probably gonna get a bunch of invitations to apply for a certain credit card, which is okay. They're here for a business purpose. And obviously they want you to build your credit, and as you improve your credit, you're gonna start getting more and more offers. But as a lender, we use a different scoring system. Our scoring system is based on an old FICO system. It's actually called FICO scoring. And essentially we use, again, the middle score, not just one score, not one high score or one low score. We actually use the middle score.
But it's safe to say that Credit Karma is accurate enough to tell me if I have a 700 FICO, I know I'm not going to be hopefully too much off when you run it.
It's a range. Again, it's you're absolutely correct. What I like about Credit Karma, and I don't work for Credit Karma, so one thing I do like about Credit Karma is it's definitely an invaluable tool. It allows you to monitor your credit in real time. It allows you to kind of see what you need to do in terms of how you want to improve your credit. There's also some tools on Credit Karma that allows you to stimulate your credit scores. So if you, for example, pay down this credit card, what would your score possibly be? And also, it gives you real-time information. So for example, you're at home eating dinner and somebody applied for a card somewhere. You actually instantly will get informed, hey, did you apply for your credit card? Because that's really important. And the other good thing is, unlike when you go buy a car and they actually pull your credit, it does affect your FICO score, your credit score. It's an impact. It's not really that big of an impact, usually around 5 or 10 points, but it still impacts your score, and it will stay in your credit report for at least 2 years. So, but with Credit Karma, you don't see that. There is no hard pull. It's technically really a soft pull. Again, it's real time, it's a free tool. It allows you to monitor your credit, it allows you to build your credit. I definitely really love the tool itself. And again, nothing's free in life. So again, one of the big things is they do want you to try to apply for credit with one of their partners, and that's how they get paid.
So moral of the story is that if you're looking to build your credit, fix your credit to buy a house, Credit Karma is a great place to start. If you actually want to pull the trigger, you're going to want to call David and actually walk down the path of what it takes to buy, what you need to fix on your credit. You always have a plan, but it's a good place to start.
Absolutely.
So this is a good tip for you guys. You want to know where to start there. But that's where you start. The second step is you call a lender, David, and then say, hey, I got a 680 FICO I want to buy. What's the next step? And now you have to go through a pre-qualification process, which is a whole different conversation for a different video.
Absolutely.
But it's a great way to start. So if you guys are looking to fix your credit, repair your credit, or buy a house and find out how much you qualify, start with Credit Karma, but give David a call. And then let's start that process. It doesn't hurt to know where you're at. As I always tell my clients, start with the numbers.
That's correct.
Numbers don't lie.
People lie.
Yes, people do. So find out how much you can buy, where you can buy, what your rate is, how much money you need down, and what your payment is. Once you have those numbers, and David gave you all that information, then I can do my job, which is now find a house that meets those parameters.
Right. That's very important. You got to know your FICO score because it's like a trip. You got to know where you're starting, even though I know I got to go to Vegas, but then you got to kind of plan what you're going to do. Are you going to fly, you're going to drive, or walk? But you got to know where to start.
Perfect. All right, guys, this is a tip, Credit Karma, but give us a call if you want more information regarding buying. You'll see our contact information below, specifically David's, because I'm not a lender, as he always says. I'm a realtor, that's why I'm dressed up, and he is casual. He can get away with it. All right, guys, thanks a lot.
Bye.
All right. Perfect.